Hello, my name is Kathy Walters, and I'm going to be your instructor for HO 100, Medical Terminology. And so I just wanted to get you acquainted with our course site on Moodle and show you how to navigate and explain a few things, both on Moodle and also in your MindTap account in Cengage that you'll be registering for. So first thing to do here is just a little introduction, and then obviously this is the first thing that you're going to do where it says please start here, and you'll be watching this YouTube. And so I will be going over different things as we go through this. So the first thing I'd like to go through is the course syllabus, and has some general basic introduction information, and then it has my contact information. And so I will have office hours 1 to 3 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday. I'm in Building 30, Office 206 on the second floor. And the required materials for the course that you can obtain at the bookstore or go to Cengage site is the Medical Terminology for Health Professions. And then the next thing I have is just some instructional methodologies that are dealing with MindTap, which is another learning management software just similar to Moodle, and that is that you'll be getting an account through Cengage, and you'll be working in that account to do the various activities. So there's learning lab activities, and I have a video that you can watch prior to starting Chapter 1, so you'll get more familiar with that. Then some just general information about academic integrity and the Code of Conduct, some resources available to you via Lane, and then class participation. Clearly, it's important in an online class, and it is generally something where you'll want to make sure that you participate on a regular basis. My late policy, I do not accept late work. So please be mindful of due dates each week and plan your time appropriately. The next area on the syllabus is the learning outcomes, then my grading policy, and then a little bit more on online attendance. And I just wanted to speak for a moment on online attendance. And it's important for you to get online at least every other day. And for those of you that have taken an online course, and actually those of you that haven't, waiting till Sunday evening to participate is not a practice for success. And it's not a good practice for success for several reasons, particularly that if you run into a problem on Sunday evening, why then it's difficult to get that addressed. And similarly, it does not enable you to get a good command of the content and the course content. So be sure that you're getting on regularly to check for announcements I may send and various things of that nature. And then I have this right here. Please scroll to the next page for course sequence. Be sure to do that, because on the next page and the following is the entire course laid out. So you'll see here that you have a total of 14 MindTap chapter exercises. And then similarly, we have 14 chapters, so you have a pronunciation quiz, and then learning exercises, and then a comprehensive review, and then a final exam. So you'll see those all laid out here for the different point values, and this translates to your activities that you're doing in Cengage MindTap. Okay, so that's the course syllabus. The next thing I'd like to show you is this is the information that you will need with your information that you get with your textbook to be able to create your Cengage account. And then here's some information about their tech support, and it's 24/7, well, almost 24/7, and they're very, very helpful. So sometimes, it may be an issue with your internet service provider. It could be the browser that you choose to use. It could be your device. So sometimes there are things that I'm not going to be able to help you with, and then these are the times in which you might call the tech support to get some additional information. This particular Getting Started student guide is a really nice pictorial help for you to take your information from your book and just follow this information and be able to create your account. This is a user guide. I believe it's about 22 pages, but it's a great reference guide for you to go through and perhaps even familiarize yourself. But it goes through how to create your account, even if you've purchased online, so it's very, very helpful to review. So that's available to you. And then the next thing I'd like to show you is something that you need to do due to Lane Community College's attendance policy. You need to submit a graded assignment by the completion of the first week. So this is due by January 12th, Thursday, by 11:55 p.m. And for those of you that may not be familiar with forums, I'd like to take you into this forum and show you how a forum actually works. So the information is right here. So it just says, hello, please post to the class forum an introduction of yourself to your colleagues and address the following. So you're going to be typing your name in the subject text box and then answer the following questions. Why are you taking the course, your academic goals, experience with online courses, etc. So the way that you do this, now I have my post right there, but the way that you're going to do this is you're going to click this add a new discussion topic, and then a new string will come up. And so then what you'll be typing is your name, and then click down here in the message box, and then you will type all your information addressing the questions above, and then be sure to scroll all the way down, and then you will click Post to Forum. And so there you see the one I just did, and this is mine that I did a while back. So that's how the introduction form works, and you need to be sure and complete that by January 12th, Thursday, by 11:55 p.m. The next forum would be a forum that you have a forced subscription to, and that would be where I'm going to post any announcements for the class when I finish grading an assignment, or if there's anything that comes up. This next forum is a forum for you to perhaps share a question. I will check this, or just information that you might have learned that you think might be helpful for anybody. And then our online courses for me is just a Lane website that allows you to look at what's involved in taking an online course. And then here is a link to a document that has a lot of information about LCC's tutoring services. And then some additional resources, rules for using vowels, and then an online medical dictionary in addition to the medical dictionary that's in MindTap. And then another one here in terms of audio pronunciation in addition to the pronunciation key and guide that you'll have in MindTap. And this is how each week will be set up. I'll just have the title of the chapter, and I'll have the objectives, and then I'll have a listing here of what's due and the final due date. So most things are going to be due by Sunday evening, with the exception of this self-introduction forum in the first week. So obviously you're going to read the course syllabus, create your online MindTap account, and then that information there, like I showed you, is up here. So you're going to need this URL to sign up for the course, and then post your introduction form to the forum, and then watch this video here below, and it's about an 11-minute video that will take you through how to use MindTap. So I'm going to go now to MindTap just to show you a couple of things, and this is what it looks like once you're in. And so each week and chapter you'll be going through various things, and it's fairly intuitive, but let's go ahead and we'll just click on chapter 1, and what this does is this opens up, and so there's many things and resources available to you that will be covered in detail on that introduction video, but I just wanted to acquaint you with what it looks like. And so you can click on these boxes, and then it will take you into various different things with regards to how you load an assignment, and then you'll start it, and then the way that you get out is over here on the right hand side. There's an X, and then that will take you back. So all the things that are practice are located in the chapter and are indicated by a practice. And then as we scroll further down, you can go in and look at abbreviations. So every time you want to go into something, you just click on the box. You don't have to be like right over the word, and then it'll go through things, okay? And so the one thing I want to bring your attention to is this last one. There's quick check, different types of things that you can do, but the most important thing that I want to bring your attention to is, and then you can just close that, is the graded exercises. So each chapter will have graded exercises that you will do. So you'll always see this count towards grade. The rest are just practice information available to you. And so if you remember, in going back to our course website for just a moment, and I will pull up the syllabus again, what you are graded in are, each week you have a MindTap learning lab that's worth 100 points. You have a pronunciation quiz, which is worth 50 points, and then learning exercises to complete. So in week 2, there's another word part review that's a little bit extra, but that is how the course progresses. And some weeks we'll have 2 chapters, and some weeks we'll just have 1. So going back to MindTap, that's how each week will be basically set up. And then obviously you can go back here, and you'll get more familiar with this as time goes on. So Chapter 2 is here, and then word part review is part of week 2. So let me go back here to our Moodle site, and again go back down to week 1. And so here are more instructions in terms of what's due each week. Read Chapter 1, obviously, and then complete all the exercises for Chapter 1 in your MindTap. And then you should attempt all exercises for study and review prior to completing the following graded items for the chapters. And that's what I just showed you in terms of what counts towards a grade versus what is practiced. And they're all labeled appropriately, so you should see that. There's also a PowerPoint slide presentation from the publisher on each chapter. I just would like to remind you that the PowerPoint is not sufficient preparation for doing graded work and even doing the practicing. You'll need to go ahead and make sure you do that each week thoroughly. And then next week, week 2, is the same kind of setup. So here's your information in terms of the quick checks, pronunciation quiz, and the learning lab. And then in week 2, there's a word part review. So these are the 3 areas for each of these that will count towards your grade. And then I have weeks 1 through 3 open in Moodle. And so again, in week 3 is the first week that we do 2 chapters. And so you'll need to make sure that you allocate your time appropriately. And then here is what's due by the end of week 3. Obviously, same thing. You're going to be reading the chapter and doing the exercises. And I think as time goes on, you'll get more familiar with how to work the software. But MindTap is very, very intuitive, and it's very helpful. And I think once you get more acquainted with it, you'll be fine. So I wish all of you the best in the new year and this new quarter. And I think we'll all learn from each other regarding medical terminology, and I hope you have a lot of fun. Thank you.